Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's go! At their own 28-yard line. On the set. He's like 50. Watch the out.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry for the ex-Utah State Aggie, Darwin Thompson. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdes-Scantling. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And a Packer first down. Ready. 10, 50. Let's go,
They'll run on first down. It's Thompson. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, they'll throw. Making the catch is Sternberger. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
third down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. Go.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 54 yards.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun, Kramer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Looking to throw. Kramer. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake. Kramer. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Rashawn Gary has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Charles Harris showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Let's go,
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He was covered by Stephon Gilmore.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Kramer. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
I'm here all day.
Throwing after the interception. Kramer. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
2 times. Everyone got 4.
This is Carson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Off play action. Kramer. Flushed out right. Looking downfield for jump. And Gary's man complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hard. Check 24. Check 4. Check 4.
They run the counter. It's Carson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Ready. 50 minus 50. Down to lose one.
Second and 15. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Here we go. To the flag. Hey, defense, catch up.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Second and 9 now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
He's got the tight end, Sternberger. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Let's go.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Charles Harris able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo. Here I come.
Looking to throw. Kramer. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Kramer. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Ready. 60 outlaw. I got it.
Back to throw. Kramer. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. On the ground, it's Thompson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Thompson. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run with Thompson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
On the ready. 50. Mike is a 50. Check my 50. It's our time. It's our time.
On 3rd down, Thompson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the return, here's Agnew. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A big play there on the option. 56 yards on the ground. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Throwing again. Kramer. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Looking to throw. Kramer. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Preston Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
All day, baby. All day. All day. Ready?
2nd and 4. Looking downfield for Jones. He's got a man. Complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Lions. 63 yards.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Ready up.
They'll come out in the pistol. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal.
218, chopper. Check safety, check safety.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Here we go. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. 50 seconds.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
You gonna see me and you're not there.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go. It's 70, Indy. Nice, sweetheart. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Kramer. Caught by Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Thompson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Again, a run with Thompson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Thompson. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Well, the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. 3 points separating these 2 sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. And his kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes we...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They run it here. Ware. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
On the ready. 56 at the mic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Orbit. Greystone, Travis.
Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. 6-6. Pull it high. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
At the 19-yard line.
Yeah, 15 on it. 15 on it. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go. Let it go.
They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Green Bay, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they go out with a bit of a whimper as they wrap up a very trying 3-13 season. And this front office will have plenty of work to do in the draft and through free agency to turn this ship around. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.